Hi, thanks for joining us. The video you're about to watch is a recording of Durham Public School seniors participating in Riverside High School's PLTW engineering program. These seniors are enrolled in a capstone course known as Engineering Design and Development, appropriately referred to as EDD. EDD is a research and development course designed to challenge students with the rigorous tasks of determining and justifying a problem, and then developing and creating a novel yet viable solution. Over the past 4 weeks, these young women and men have worked tirelessly to justify a problem they believe is valid and worth solving. There have been many sleepless nights by both students and their instructor. They began by sorting themselves into teams based on their interest in topic areas of which they individually researched and then presented on during the first 4 days of class. These dedicated students immediately sought out a variety of professionals to spark them along their path to success, writing professional emails to organizations and individuals they deemed most important to their problem, their research, and their goals. Each team has begun to determine who the best people are to support them as mentors and experts. As they researched their markets, they discovered who their competitors are. They determined their stakeholders. And they even polled their consumers and end users. But their tasks did not stop there. They have also developed the technical reports for the first 3 elements and the beginnings of the next 2 elements necessary for their portfolio. And just think, they only have 9 more elements to go. Some teams have gone as far as creating electronic portfolio websites, while others have extensively organized their work in digital storage sites. But all of the teams have taken the time to create a thorough presentation of their first proposal. They have worked around the clock at beginning the design process that will bring their creative solutions to fruition. All of their work will be completed virtually during the 2020 fall semester in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic. Their tasks and work are unprecedented. For the remainder of the semester, our wonderful students will work towards deciding on the best solution, attempting to develop and create a prototype, and continue presenting in a very similar fashion during milestone proposals like the one you're about to watch. Without further ado, it brings me great pleasure to present to you Team Menstrual Cycle and their project proposal.
All right, so we're Team Menstrual Cycle, and this is our project proposal. I'm Ethan Smith. I'm a senior at Riverside High School. I play varsity tennis, and I'm involved in both student government and National Honor Society.
I'm Sophie Wilkins, and I'm also a senior at Riverside. I'm the North Carolina Junior Classical League's second vice president and Riverside's Kurtamen coordinator, and I'm also the president of Anime Club. Lillian Grosshans, the last member of our team, is not here, but she's also a senior at Riverside, and she's the president of Riverside's QSA.
All right, justification of the problem. Our problem statement is 70% of American women use tampons with plastic applicators because of brand loyalty since Tampax emerged in the 1930s. Plastic applicator tampons create 200,000 tons of waste yearly and take 500 plus years to decompose. The data behind this problem statement is fairly obvious and how harmful it is to the environment. 90% of menstrual pads are plastic, and that plastic takes 500 plus years to decompose. 6% of cotton base of tampons is plastic. Even the parts of tampons that you would think are 100% cotton include plastics. Tampons are not actually sterile because they're not a professional medical device. So the extra wrapping to individually wrap every tampon is unnecessary. Toxic chemicals such as rayon and chemicals that add fragrance to tampons are actually very harmful and only increase efficiency slightly. Flushing leads to pollution and sewer clogging. Stigma around menstruation is a big problem. Sustainable brands aren't as popular as Tampax. I'll get more into that in the next slide. Social implementations. So Tampax and OB, two of the world's biggest tampon businesses, they came out in different areas and at different times. Tampax emerged in the US, while post-war Germany couldn't get their hands on Tampax tampons. They developed their own tampon, the OB tampon. Tampax's plastic applicator, while OB does not have an applicator. If you don't know what an applicator is, it basically helps to insert a tampon into the vagina. These trends and primary uses of these two companies have remained in these areas because of familial trends. Mothers tend to pass on their preferred tampon to their daughter, and companies really bank on the fact that social stigma around tampons will boost this, and the fact that women will typically do as they are told. That is quoted. Justification. These two women are two leaders in the industry of combating social stigma while also changing to more sustainable materials within tampons. They will start out just like Team Menstrual Cycle, with a vision with a more sustainable future of menstrual products, but they've recently developed their entire career into advertising and campaigning to battle such stigmas. And these are two articles that really helped us and justified our problem. And then consumer replies to our cycle survey. Our replies reflected exactly what our problem statement detailed. Documentation and analysis of prior solutions. Here are 4 different prior solutions that have gained some traction, but not enough to actually change pollution within the menstrual industry. Lily cups are a great solution as they are a one-time buy it and you can reuse it. It also collects instead of absorbs, so it's healthier for some women. Menstrual discs are similar to cups, but they're single use and they're inserted further up into the vagina. OI biodegradable tampons are your typical applicator-less digital tampons. They are less used in the United States, but still somewhat used, as digital tampons are used more in Europe. And then the period underwear. I'm not completely sure how used this is, but it has similar technology to a period diaper, and some women prefer this. This was our biggest patent. It's from Japan, and it's a reusable tampon applicator and manufacturing method. Dame is a big company within the sustainable menstrual products industry. They focus mostly on innovative products like the reusable applicator. This applicator creates zero waste. It's biodegradable, 100% cotton tampon, sleek and innovative. It differs from typical menstrual products. I feel that this would be more comfortable than a digital tampon or a cardboard biodegradable applicator tampon, but obviously I do not have the best experience with menstrual products. Justification of solution and design requirements. Our target users were women from ages 15 to 35 experiencing menstrual cycles, high school and college educated, economic status to pursue more sustainable alternatives for products. This age range was mostly decided on based on higher social media presence. As you can see in the top right corner, we have a chart that shows 18 to 24 use it. 83% of women from that age, or people in general from that age, use social media. And also on the next slide, I have a table that shows age ranges and their beliefs in environmental problems and global warming. The 2 big sellers and manufacturers are Dame and OI. Dame, as I mentioned earlier, focuses more on innovating the period industry and changing products into more things you'd never heard of before. And OI mostly focuses on products that are already in use, such as like tampons or pads, but switches up materials to more sustainable and biodegradable options. Here you can see there's somewhat of a drop off after the 18 to 34 age range, except for effects of global warming already begun, but the majority still shows. Design requirements and specifications. We didn't list exact requirements on the PowerPoint, but we did in our written document. Our order is based off of user satisfaction and sustainability. We want to stay true to our problem statement and battle the environmental problems with menstrual products. But at the same time, as shown earlier with the 4 prior solutions, that's not enough to win over a lot of product users. Simply changing the materials and making it more expensive has shown that it doesn't attract more people. So we really have to target that customer needs and performance on top of sustainable materials.
All right, the next element was the application of STEM principles and practices. So the core of sustainability in menstrual products revolves around social science regarding mother-daughter relationships and that brand loyalty that Ethan mentioned earlier. Periods being such a sensitive, stigmatized topic, they're a touchy subject for most of society. Women, for the most part, may feel sensitive or embarrassed when dealing with a natural part of human life. These social norms cause young girls to have a feeling of dependency on their mother or a mother figure in their life to learn from them. This brand loyalty of like, I use this product, so you can use this product, passing it on, keeps the industry very limited in terms of diversity and changing to using more sustainable products. The durability, maintenance, and size and weight and other concepts like that were like, we learned about them through research and using math from analyzing already existing solutions to see like what we can do to improve and where things are right now. Our team used research from users in our survey and like what we know from personal experience and who we had talked to about this. So for documentation, like the rest of the teams, we used our engineering notebooks and a Google Drive to keep everything all in one place and organized, as well as utilizing the Gantt chart provided at the beginning of the course for organization of time management. The material properties that we looked at mostly were decomposition, so the plastics in certain products taking more than 500 years to decompose was an important thing that we looked at, as well as other environmental impacts, and also comfort, because that's an important part of what it is, the products that we use. There's a reason that certain people use certain products. There's not a universal product that works for everyone. The main things that our product would have to deal with, be able to like last, was during use and like excessive physical activity. Design viability. Current solutions costs range from similar to the $8.50 of the Organic Project's 100% organic tampons with plastic-based applicators up to $42 for Thinks period underwear. Competitiveness is an issue because of period insecurity. Poor women and people with less income, it's harder to buy products in general, much less sustainable options rather than whatever is cheapest and most available. Having products to deal with having a period is a basic necessity that not every person who has a menstrual cycle can deal with and can get products to use. So survey data from the survey that we put out shows that most consumers say they would be willing to pay between $7 and $20, as shown by the orange section in the upper graph, and some willing to pay up to $30. A noticeable percentage of the results said it depended on the product, which is understandable. A reusable product that is only bought once can be marketed more expensively than products that need to be bought more often, say every few months, like tampons and pads, as compared to multiple use menstrual cups and other similar products. The product we create would have a market in those who want more sustainable and environmentally friendly alternatives to most current products in the industry. Its cost would be close to the lower range to help keep it available to poor and low-income women suffering from period insecurity. The true viability of this project. The research we did shows that there is interest in solving it, in having more environmentally friendly solutions to dealing with periods and menstrual cycles. There's interest there, but our team is not able to do that at this time. We would love to be able to continue forward with our project, but right now, for various reasons, it's not viable for us. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Definitely a problem worth solving, that is for sure.
Are there any questions out there for this team? We have about 5 minutes before we've got to completely wrap up and send these guys on to their next period. Great job all around, but if there are any questions or comments, now would be the time.
I just thought you all handled the question very well. And I think you hit at something really important, that part of developing a new product is convincing people that they need to change.
Yeah,
And
breaking into the market.
yeah, because people are comfortable with what they do, and they think, well, I know this is plastic waste, but it's, what difference does it really make in the world? So, you know, developing something new and then marketing it so that you're convincing people that the change is needed because the waste issue with the old way is so strong. So I thought you guys did a great job of looking at those questions and problems and proposing ways to move forward. So well done.
Thank you.
I do have a question about, at the very beginning, you guys discussed the fact that tampons are not a medical device, and so therefore it's not required for them to be sterile. But as we discussed, they are inserted in a woman's vagina, and that seems to me as if that should be a concern, that they're not sterile. Have you found any research in all of this that shows that during a woman's cycle that the use of a tampon does cause things like vaginal itch or issues with them? Like, I know that if you leave them in too long, this can create toxic shock syndrome. So is there anything that should be done to make them more sterile, or something that is considered a sterile device?
Yes. There are chemicals in some products, like dioxins, that can cause issues, but there's not a whole lot of research that's already been done in regards to, like, specifically, like, is this what causes these issues that people may have?
The fact that it's a medical device pertains to the fact that it's not 100% sterile. Even though it is very sterile, it's not like medical grade sterile. But it also talks about how, since it's not a medical device, companies don't have to list out the chemicals used in the product, which is another big problem.
Okay, excellent. Any last minute questions, comments, thoughts? Great job, guys. Really did a stellar number on this one. The presentations went well. Very impressed with not only the individual ones, but how you all functioned over the past few weeks as a team. And I'm excited to see how this will continue to move forward, despite the fact that there is going to be some change up in the teams themselves, which is unfortunately unavoidable. I think as you go on, you should take with you, especially this last team here, what you did learn and how maybe some of this can even be applied to some of the products that you're moving forward with. So keep that all in mind.
I have a quick
go ahead,
comment.
Brian.
So some of you all don't know me, but I'm a supply chain consultant. That's my profession, and I give presentations to people all the time. And I can tell you that giving a presentation online is a lot harder than doing it in person, so much so that we almost never do it and fly out to people to see them. So I just want to say y'all did a good job. Like, don't knock yourselves too hard. It is a hard skill to learn presenting in front of people, let alone doing it on the computer.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Ginger. Thank you, Jamie. And is Dr. Huber still around? Thank you to him as well. Thank you all for a great presentation. Have a good second period. Get some rest tonight. Take a break in the morning. Please don't even touch this stuff tomorrow morning. Have a wonderful day. Love you all. Missing you in person. Talk to you soon. Bye, guys.